What's up 20-somethings, my name is Fabi and today's video is all about games. We were given free range to talk about any game we wanted, anything at all, and as I've mentioned before, both on here and on my personal channel, I play Quidditch. And Quidditch is a huge part of my life. I think most of my friends in university and college I've met through Quidditch, and it's been a huge part of me adapting here in Barcelona and back in Miami when I started university. It's been such a integral part of just feeling like you belong somewhere that I fall in love with the game. I love sports in general, but it's just Quidditch has become something that both the community and the people I've met through have just become part of my life so permanently that I want to talk about it, and I want as many people to know about it as possible. So yesterday Jules was supposed to post a video about Quidditch. She was gonna do, because she had a tournament this past weekend. Sadly, she got caught in one of the many mishaps that can happen during Quidditch. She couldn't, but in her place, I am here today to bring you guys some information, and I have some footage I'm going to sprinkle through of different Quidditch moments that I've had, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it overall. So let's get started. So Quidditch was invented partly by Alex Burnaby in Middlebury University in Vermont, if I am not mistaken. Around 10 years ago, it started off as like a friendly game. Like, they were drunk and they decided to write some rules about how to play, and initially it was such a mess compared to what it is now. Like, the rules have changed a lot since then. Back then you had to play with like broom with bristles, and you had to wear a cape when you played it, and all these like little silly things, and since then it's just evolved into such a serious sport and such a serious event that people at least within the Quidditch community, people that have played Quidditch and people that take it seriously, do not at all associate Quidditch with Harry Potter. I obviously got into Quidditch through Harry Potter because I am a huge Harry Potter fan, but playing it, you forget where it came from. Like, to me, Quidditch, the game, what I play with my friends every weekend with my team when I'm going to Brussels to play, is not at all related to Harry Potter. It came from it, but it is definitely a completely separate entity that has so many different layers and so much depth to it that just shrinking it down and even talking about it just as a game today, it feels like I'm just not doing it justice. I think that Quidditch is a fantastic platform. It's such a fun sport, and it is a serious sport. Like, again, Jules' shoulder, I've dislocated my shoulder, I've seen clavicles broken, everything under the sun that you can imagine broken, I've seen broken through Quidditch. It is a full contact sport, much like rugby, and it is, if I had to describe it in a few words, it's a combination between rugby and handball, and maybe a little bit of lacrosse, in the sense that you have like a handicap of a stick, which is the broom that you have to hold between your legs. The basics of it is there's 6 people on the pitch per team, up until the 17th minute, when a 7th player comes in who is the seeker. There are 3 chasers, 1 keeper, 2 beaters, and a seeker. All the terminology still derives from Harry Potter. There's 3 bludgers on the pitch. Usually one team is going to be in charge of 2 of them, and there's 1 quaffle per team. There's the 3 hoops. Each hoop is worth the same, about 10 points. And their snitch is only worth 30 as opposed to 150 in the Harry Potter universe. There's a local team nearly in any major city in the US, barred from like a couple of states that I've heard don't have Quidditch teams. I know Georgia doesn't have one. If you live in Texas, I am going to encourage you to go to your, probably your closest university, find the team closest to you, and you will have a blast watching. Texas has some of the most physical teams, some of the most athletic teams that are just incredibly well built, incredibly serious about it, incredibly disciplined about the game. If you live in Boston, Quidditch, what is it? Quidditch QCB, I believe is the name, is currently the winner of the US's national team. Here in Europe, here in Barcelona, we have the Barcelona Eagles, which I love them very much. They're a bunch of great kids. In a week, I am going to be in Belgium, playing at the European Quidditch Cup, which is held every year, and it's held between teams from a bunch of different countries: UK, France, Netherlands, Belgium, Norway, Italy, Czech Republic, Austria I think has a team. There's like a bunch of teams, and so we get to play for the cup, the European Cup, like to be the best club team in Europe. So far, if I'm not mistaken, every European Cup has been won by, or for the past few years has been won by the Paris Titans, formerly known as the Paris Phoenix, whom I met actually about 5 years ago at the, back when what is now known as Nationals was the Quidditch World Cup, which was held in Kissimmee at that time, which was in Orlando, Florida, and that was Jules and I first experience with Quidditch actually. It was a fantastic experience, and we met this one dude named Tarzan who still plays for the Paris Titans, and we're actually, Barcelona Eagles are in the same group as the Titans, and we're gonna have to play them in a week. So I'm going to be playing this dude that I watch inspire me to start playing Quidditch. And if, like, I love that Quidditch has become big enough that it has full circle moments. It is such a wonderful experience to play it, and again, if you live in any major city in the US, you're probably gonna have one or two teams around you, especially in the Southwest, the Southwest or the West Coast and the Northeast, there's a lot of teams. So please, even if you don't want to play it, if it's not your thing, I encourage you to become a part of the community. You can ref, you can be a volunteer, you can just be an spectator. People are always looking for ways of getting help. Quidditch is a sport right now that is very much self-financed. So that means every cost about anything is going to come out of pocket unless you're a university team and your university is going to help you out in any way in this type of scenarios. But aside from that, any cost is covered by the people on the team, and most of the players, I can assure you, are going to be 20-something, and a lot of them are either in college or college graduates, so any help that can be given to us, any form of volunteering, of moral support, just knowing that there's people out there watching, is fantastic. So my encouragement to you is, if you're not a sports person and you don't want to try out a sport like Quidditch, which can be really intense, then find your local team and just volunteer yourself in any way you can to them, because they will love it, they will appreciate it, even if it's just showing up to practice and helping them along, and just bulking up people. Having more people to practice with is always helpful. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video about my favorite game. I have a video on my personal channel, which I'm gonna leave the thingy thing, so you guys can check out a tournament that I went to in Bilbao a few months ago, back in October, I believe. Not this Wednesday, not next Saturday, but the Wednesday after. I'm gonna have my video all about EQC, both traveling around Brussels and the Quidditch tournament itself. I hope you guys go subscribe to my channel so you guys can see that, and hopefully I'll probably be talking about it on this channel as well. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next Friday or tomorrow if you decide to check out my channel. Bye!